Blades fans, subscribe to Blades Ramble. Up the Blades.
What is happening, Blades, and welcome back to the Blades Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and we are proudly sponsored by Action Coach Sheffield. If you're a growing business and want support to continue that growth, they are the people to speak to. We're also proudly sponsored by VNB Auto Centres. Is your MOT due? If your MOT is due, get yourself down to VNB Auto Centres at Handsworth, who are offering 50% off for Ramblers. I mean, it's just 15 quid. Unbelievable value. Thank you to Aaron and the team for their continued support of the channel. And as this is the warm-up, thank you also to Triple Point for their continued support of the channel as well. We will be there on Sunday. Now, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way before we get into the football. I'm not normally a shirt guy, but this is the old Premier League. I remember buying this shirt, or probably Andy the Blade buying me this shirt, and it was massive on me. I can confirm it's not sprayed on. It just looks like it is. Yeah. I'm not a shirt guy, but if there's ever a game that called for shirts, this is it, isn't it? Not that I'll be wearing one at the game. I'll be back to my usual attire, but we're warming up for the game, aren't we? So, full disclosure, I'm recording this prior to the Wednesday night games. I'm recording it on Wednesday. You will see it Thursday. I don't know how the games have gone, but as I'm recording, we have just moved into second place after an absolutely unbelievable turnaround at Bristol City. And oh, does it feel sweet to win in the last minute. It's absolutely unreal. Burrows! Get in! Yes! Get in! Ah! Come on! So this is the warm-up for the big one, and I want to know how you feel. I know I talked about, for me personally, the Leeds fixture is the big game because of my locality and where I am, but it's never lost on me about how important this game is. This, for 95% of the fan base, is the game that you either really look forward to or, for the majority, really dread. And they've just, as I'm recording, they've just beaten Norwich in a turnaround because they were 6-2 death of Watford. We've gone 3 wins on the spin. Now, the famous saying is that form goes out the window in a derby game, and that's fair to say. But for all that they might feel like they've turned a corner a little bit with that result on Tuesday night, they still won't be looking forward to coming. We've won 30 points in 14 games. It's absolutely an unreal return from a new team. They will not be looking forward to this. And I'm going to go early with our rundown because I want to get their view on things as well, because I think it sets the tone for the game really nicely. So without further ado, from the Wednesday Till I Die podcast, this is the Ramble Rundown.
Hello, I'm James from the Wednesday Till I Die podcast.
You suck!
In terms of nerves, yeah, right now as I sit and record this, it's probably an 80-20 split in terms of excitement versus nerves. Ask me again once I've walked inside Bramall Lane on Sunday. I'm going to be absolutely in my pants. I'm not going to lie. It means so much. It means so much to both sides of the city. I'm excited. Can't wait. I just want it to be Sunday now, to be honest.
Stop it. Get some help.
I don't think Danny Really's been found out, to be honest. It might look like that in terms of some of the results. I know we obviously had a heavy defeat at the weekend, but for me, it's more down to, has he got the correct tools at his disposal? There's an element of, can the players do what they're being asked of them by Danny Real? Yeah, he can come under some sort of criticism, but I think there's more other issues at the football club that need sorting out before we start looking at the manager. Got a lot of credit in the bank, let's say. Yes, there's things that needs to be worked on. Yes, things could be better, but I think you could say that about any club, to be fair. We had 3 consecutive defeats. The one at Millwall hurt a lot, 3-0 down at their place. That's a side that we need to be going there and beating, really. But yeah, since then he's changed to 3 centre backs playing. Playing with wing backs as well. So it's normally 3 centre backs, 2 wing backs, 2 holding midfielders, and then 3 up top. So 3-4-3 as you will. And I think we look better for playing that formation. We have had an injury to Akinfenmewo. He got injured against Portsmouth. That's got a huge blow. I didn't think I'd be saying that at the start of the season, but he started really well. Danny does like to mix it up. I think it is also a case of trying to find the best fit. I don't think he's quite found that at the moment, much to our frustration. We're struggling for goals, to be honest. Michael Smith is the player that's in form. He's got 2 goals in 2 games. Both Anthony Masaba and Jedi Gassama are the ones that get your bums off your seats and things. As a fan, that's what you enjoy. I would say they are a little bit speedboat, no driver. The end product isn't quite there, but let's face it, if they did have that end product coupled with the pace and that bit of trickery, they wouldn't be playing for Sheffield Wednesday in the Championship. Do you know what? Max Lowe did come under a lot of criticism, and obviously when we signed him, he did have a bit of a shocker earlier on in the season. Goals were being conceded down his side, not stopping the cross. I think he has got better since then. The performance he put in against Brentford, I think, was excellent. You would say Svante Ingolson is flattered to deceive, but again, as I've just mentioned, he's had a few poor games and he's now struggling to get in the side. So Danny Röhl, I think, does play players on form. If you're playing decent, if you're playing well, if you're performing, he will keep you in the side. If you're not, he's not afraid to change it. So let's go with Max Lowe. Maybe he's the weak link. Sunday's game is going to be tough. I'm under no illusion that it's going to be a tough ask. You just look at the fact that Sheffield United were playing the trade in the Premier League, albeit not very well. But the players you've got are of a better quality. We're coming into this game as massive underdogs, which I think probably works in our favour. To be honest, I feel like initially when I thought about this, I felt like we need to go in there, first 5 to 10 minutes need to be 100 mile an hour, get in your faces and really put some pressure on. For me, it'd probably be better, more beneficial if we just sat back and let you have the ball and try and frustrate you. 2 banks of 4 behind the ball and really, like I said, frustrate you, make you pass the ball across your defensive line. The fact that you don't concede many goals is clearly a strength. That's it might make for boring football, but when you're not conceding, it makes the game a hell of a lot easier. We haven't scored many goals so far this season, so a team that's that's struggling to score against a team that's kept the most clean sheets. When I'm looking in terms of players, Vinicius Souza is one that stands out. He's having a good season so far. Our blaster as well, the young lad. If there's one thing that Sheffield United do, it is bringing the youth products through, which is good to see from a football perspective, not really from a Sheffield Wednesday perspective, of course. But form goes out the window for the derbies, and we're hoping that that's the case this weekend. I'm going to give you 2. I'm going to go with my head and my heart. If I put my blue tinted glasses on, my heart is saying that we're going to go to the lane and we're going to get a famous win, a 2-0 win, a goal in either half, get a goal. It's going to be an onslaught from you boys to try and get into the game, or we'll catch you on the break and kill the game off in the second half. If I put my realistic head on, I'm not going to come on here and say that we're going to get beat. I think really, the last 3 have ended up in a 0-0 draw. I don't think it's going to be 0-0. I think there is going to be goals in it, but I could see this easily being a 1-0, to be honest. I mean, if you want to go on the stats, then Michael Cooper's having a fantastic season so far. But the fact that he's played for you boys and, we don't really want that, then I'd have to stick with James Beadle or even Pierce Charles. I think he'll be the number 1 next season, and he'll be the one that you need to look out for, to be honest. Yeah, so you can find us at WTID Pod on all the socials. If you search for the Wednesday Till I Die podcast, you can find us on all major podcasting platforms and on YouTube as well. So we'll be recording live on Sunday evening at 8 o'clock, obviously talking about the game. So, yeah, I'm sure there'll be quite a few of you wanting to listen and hear exactly what we have to say following our win at the weekend. You know what, at the start of the season, I said in our 1 to 24, I think I had us as 10th, and I think I had yourself as 11th. I thought you were going to struggle a little bit, if I'm being honest. You know, the fact that you'd not spent a great deal of money, which I know Chris Wilder keeps talking about all the time, which is getting a tad annoying, to be honest. But yeah, I feel like obviously you've had a great start to the season. I don't know if you're going to keep it up from our perspective as well. I still think we're good enough to finish in mid-table. You know, the Championship is a poor league this year. There's not many standout performers so far, and you know, and everyone's keep like, kind of beating everyone at the moment. So yeah, I still think we'll finish around 10th, 11th, 12th. To be honest, I think realistically, I think you'll probably slip a little bit from where you are. I don't think you're going to get automatic promotion, but you'll probably finish somewhere in the playoffs, to be honest, and then probably it all up at Wembley, which will be nice.
Thank you, James, from the Wednesday Till I Die podcast. Look, first thing I'll say is please go easy on him in the comments. He is obviously from the other side, but he's a good lad. We all know him. We all know lads from the other side and lasses from the other side that you know, apart from the team, they're decent folk, aren't they? So James is a good lad, and thank you for doing that for us, pal. I thought that were really interesting because you could feel the saltiness in his rundown. He hates it. He hates how well we're doing. He hates how well we've done over the last few years, and that's understandable because we are the biggest side in Sheffield, and it's hard for them to come to terms with. When was the last time they were in Premier League? Do you want to remind me in comments? 20, 23, 24, 25 years. It's embarrassing, really, isn't it? Embarrassing. And, you know, they've only gone backwards under that owner. But, look, it's not about them. It's about us. And the one thing I will say is you line up our side, man for man, with them. There's not one player that gets in our team. Not one. Not one. You can't make an argument for any of their boys getting into our first 11. And on that alone, we should be winning this game. I know there's an extra level of emotion to any other game because it's not a normal fixture, and the crowd will be rowdy. But we've got better players. We're at home. We've got better players. I am fully expecting a win. The unfortunate thing is, it looks like we're going to be missing Kiefer Moore. Is Brewster still out? Possibly, because he wasn't even in the squad on Tuesday night. So Wilder's got some decisions to make. It's all right, because we're born to be Wilder. Born to be wild. Yeah. So this is the side we're going with. This is our team. This is what the Ramble's going with. If we had a chance to pick the side on Sunday, we're going with the usual. This will not surprise anybody. Michael Cooper, best goalkeeper in the Championship, is in goal. Forget Jeremy Beadle. It's Michael Cooper all the way. In defence, we're just going to go right to left because you know what's coming in my defence. Alfie Gilchrist, Harry Souttar, Anel Ahmedhodzic, and the in-form, getting better each game, Harrison Burrows. Absolutely brilliant defence. I don't mind saying that. Look, it doesn't. Obviously, we conceded on Tuesday night. It doesn't mean they're impenetrable, but I just think this combination of these five is too good for the level. Too good for the level. Certainly the way that we're playing currently. But to capitalise on that, you've got to be able to put the ball in the net at the other end, aren't you? You've got to be able to convert your chances or create the chances to convert. So in front of them, I'm going with Vinny Souza and Born Blade, captain, Ollie Arblaster. No doubt they are going to be my two in midfield. And this is where questions start to be asked. But as the options dwindle a little bit, I think it starts to pick itself again. And I think what we're going to go with is Raksaki on the right, Callum O'Hare on the left, and Gus Hamer in the 10. And I thought he had a good game in the 10. Looked very dangerous against Bristol City. Always in and around it. Hit the post. Could have easily got on the score sheet. It was very unlucky not to. Up front, I'm going with Tyrese Campbell as our only real fit first-team striker. And I say that loosely because there's another young whippersnapper that's snapping at his heels now to get involved in the first team picture. The lad that got a goal on Tuesday night, and I would love to see him make another appearance off the bench. But I'm going with Tyrese Campbell to lead the line. So that's my team, and that is not necessarily what we'd have wanted to line up like going into this fixture. However, it's a squad game. We haven't got the biggest squad. Tyrese Campbell's done very well when called upon. Earned his chance, to be fair. I know he didn't do a lot on Tuesday night. I cannot wait for this game. I cannot wait. And from what I understand, I know the initial plans were for Matilda Shakes to be on in the fan zone. So hopefully that's still the case. I will try and find out. And if that's the case, we'll be making an appearance up at the fan zone as well. But would you change that team at all? Is that what you would go with? I think without, if we're considering that Moore and Brewster are potentially out for this game, then I don't think we've much other choices. Do you potentially drop Callum O'Hare and put Ryan O'Neill in? I certainly don't think Wilder will, but do you do that in your team? Does Jack Robinson come back in for some people because of the type of game it is? Maybe. So you let me know in the comments. And before we come to the score predictions, I've got another instant classic for you. This is Ahmedhodzic. It's Disco Dave.
Bright lights, flashing lights, dancing feet in neon tights. Mirror ball, don't behave, everybody shout out. Disco Dave. Disco Dave.
Ahmedhodzic, Ahmedhodzic. From defense to attack and swing, can score with head or an overhead kick. Ahmedhodzic, 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 Ahmedhodzic. From defense to attack and switch, knocks in rebound from a bonus free kick. Ahmedhodzic.
Disco Dave.
Ahmedhodzic. Brilliant from Dave. Thank you, Disco Dave. Very much appreciated, pal. Right, score predictions before I finish. And if you've been following the channel for a while, you will know that I usually go positive for the Blades because we've got it. Somebody's got to do it, haven't they? I know, a lot of people think we're going to get turned over every game, but I usually go for a positive result, whether that's a point at a difficult away game or usually at home, I'll go for a win. But I'm usually quite conservative as well. I'm not doing that today. I'm not doing that. I think somebody's been in for a Pagarin this season with the quality that we've got available to us. I think we're going to beat these 3-0. Honestly, and that's not me on the wind up. That's not me being overconfident. I can feel Dave the Nose Leary just wincing as I say it, but I'm really confident. Man Mountain knows he's been bang on it. We are going to beat these comprehensively. I think so too, I have to say. So, yeah, let me know what your score predictions are. Are you going as strong as that? Do you think we'll walk over them? You've got to think we've got Jezrin Raksaki against Max Lowe. That's just one example. They've got Jeremy Beadle in net. What can go wrong? Anyway, look, I'm not overconfident, but I think I'll take a 2-0. But I think we'll do them 3. Let me know what you think. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards. Come on. Come on! Over the blade!